Hello, how are you? Thank you for writing us an email in reference to the licensed business program that we have it here at iTTi. I decided to put together this video to better explain to you how we can work together. So I understand that perhaps you have already checked out our website and that you have seen the pictures I've sent you and some of our links and videos, and you may have a lot of questions. So what I'm trying to do now is just to put this tutorial, that type of thing, this video to explain how we can possibly work together. This is for internal usage only. That means please do not share this on social media. This video is from me to you, so we can understand a little bit about each other and see how we can work better together. So over the years, we've been doing this business license, and this business module has proven to be the best module in the EFL market so far. So I will try to answer all questions that you possibly have. If I have not covered that during this broadcasting, during this video, please just send me an email and I'll be more than happy to explain to you. Or I will for sure be more than happy to schedule a call with you. But the first step, it is for you to go through this PDF file, which I'm going to do this right now, then to read the website, to understand, even I can send you the license agreement. But there's not much of a difference between the license agreement and this video. This is just, this context has pictures, and it's me explaining to you like I'm talking to you. Alright, but again, this is just the first step before we get on the phone, and then we can just have a more efficient and more objective conversation. So I suppose that you have received this PDF file, and this is what I wanted to explain this to you. There's a video on the link I send you where it talks about why iTTi, and I explain to you all where we are. So as a matter of fact, now we are in more than 55 countries. We are all in continents in the world. So yes, we are looking for new partners, especially in the Middle East, basically in the whole world. So we have a goal to continue growing our business expansion. So in Asia, in Latin America, in North America, basically we wanted to be everywhere in the world. Of course, there are some strategic cities that we really wanted to be, because that's where majority of our online students are from at the moment, and they are telling us, when are you going to start a program here? So definitely we would like to be in that particular city. But the TESOL, the TEFL course, it hasn't really been in many countries. It has been in very selected, segregated locations. And now with iTTi, we changed that. We want to make sure that this program is available and ready for everybody in every country and possibly in many cities. Not only through online training, but through face-to-face studies. So this first slide, I talk about the founders. Who are the founders? So I am one of the founders of this program together with Gisela Conero. She has been with us, and she's the head of the academic studies. And she handles all the academic studies. So basically, when we actually take a step further, you are dealing with us. I am one of the owners of the iTTi, so there's nobody else for you to go further. So we are going to be the ones who is really going to decide if we are, both of us, you and me, we're going to decide if we are a good fit or not. So we are located here in New York City, the headquarters, but we do have office in London and New York. And of course, we have our associate partners everywhere in the world. A question that a lot of people ask us about is about accreditation, membership, and affiliation. So we are members and accredited and affiliated with the most important companies in the EFL, in the TEFL TESOL industry. So we will send you a more detailed PDF file with our membership, where to find, where to verify, where to check, and all of that. But this is what the most important thing is. So we will give you more information. And when you finally become our partner, we'll send you a internal documentation with even more details about it. So just off the bat here, you could perhaps you can check iTTi, which is one of the accreditation association in the EFL industry, and you go under Join Us, and you look for members, and you will find us under the United States, iTTi. Just an example among many others for you to check. And here is one question I wanted to talk about. The difference between license and the difference between a franchise. So this business module is for you who do not have a business and wanted to start a business from scratch, and for you who is already running a business, either preferably in education, you offer study abroad, you're a teacher, and you have your educational business, and you want to take our product, our service, and add to the service that you are currently offering. So the main difference is that you don't have to change a lot of things. So you don't have to change much. You just have to add to it. So the license fee, there is a yearly renewable fee, which is excellent because every year we renew the fee with you. And I'm going to go a little bit over to explain the details about this fee. So we create product customization. For instance, let's suppose that, say, Tassilo, there's a huge demand in my country for oil and gas, or for tourism, or for medical. So we can, it's a project of 4 hands. You together with us, we will customize and create a product that will be recognized, endorsed here in the US, so then you can grant your students a certificate. So we can create that. There's several products that we do that already, and with a few centers. And when it comes to the specializations, I'm going to talk about this product customization. So then we add, very often we add new products to our product lines. So you have the freedom to choose the location. Let's suppose that you are the first person I'm talking in a particular country. So you can choose the location, you can choose the city where you wanted to go, or if you decided, oh, I wanted to do the whole country. So if you are the first person I'm talking to that particular country, if there is not a iTTi center there, chances are that you can have the exclusive license partnership with us, which is great, because then you can move around with the program if you wish. And also a very important thing about here is the control of pricing. Very often franchises give you a set price. You have to sell this course at this price, not taking into consideration the local culture, the power that the local people have to actually pay for such a program as such, and also the value of the dollar between your currency and everything else, and also the perception about education. There are many things that people don't really take into consideration, but we are taking everything into consideration. That's why we decided that you are going to be the person who is going to choose the price of the course and how much you wanted to sell. And another interesting thing, that you also have control in terms of the format of the course. So basically, we have that course that runs for 4 weeks. But local people, it's very difficult for local people to do the program because they work. So it's very difficult for people to stop their activities and take 4 weeks of intensive course. So the way we created is that you can offer the same program, 120 hours, but instead of doing 4 weeks, you can do it the intensive way, 4 months or up to 4 months. You don't necessarily need to do that for 4 months, because if you do that in 4 months, then you'll end up just running that program in a year, 3 times a year. So it is better for you to do it in 3 months, 2 months, or the format of the course doesn't matter, as long as it is that you cover the requirements and that you do it in 120 hours. There are even some partners that do in 12 days, 10 hours a day. It's super intensive. So that's another freedom that you have. So the benefit between license and franchise, you have the freedom to choose the price that makes more sense to your customers. You have the freedom to organize the schedule that is best for your customers. So that's another benefit. And then you have territory rights. So if you're the first person that I'm talking to, you can choose the whole country license. If you're not, you perhaps can even have exclusive partnership with us for that particular city, or multi-city. If you believe, oh, I already have 2, 3 English schools or languages schools or educational service that I want to offer in different cities, so you can have the multi-city with us. Okay, so this is the difference between license and franchise. So it's not like the franchise that you say, look, if you're doing a franchise, you have to have a classroom painted in blue, yellow, they gotta be this blue. You have to have 20 chairs, the chairs must be like this. You have to pay this huge down payment for investment, and we have royalty every year. You have global marketing fees. That is a franchise. We don't have any of that. We have a license fee per year, and then you pay for certificates. So I'm going to go more into details about that. So another important thing about our business, it is that we focus on 2 industries, education and tourism. So you never should think about TESOL for English teachers only. Yes, a great majority of people who wanted to do TESOL is because they want to either become English teachers, or because they are already English teachers, or they thought about it, or they want to change careers, or they work in the English field, in the English studies. But it is not only for English teachers. A lot of people, if you can't teach English, obviously you can't speak. So some people, they take this certification to prove that they can't speak. Some people take this certification because they want to go to a different country, just to migrate to a different country. Some people, they do that because they want to have that on their resume. They want to embellish their resume. Some people, they do that because they want just to take a sabbatical year for whatever time, and they want to travel. They want just to see different countries. So this is the real passport for you to travel to different countries, especially if you use English as a commodity for you to teach others. Some people, they want to do this as a volunteer. They want to teach. They want to do something else in their lives. So they believe that by teaching English, that's the best way to go about it. So, but again, so you got to think about education and tourism, because people, they love to travel. Who does not like to travel, to see other people, other cultures, and all of that is very important. That's the best way for you to dive into a language, for you to immerse in a different culture, and to discover the world. So, and also for people to come with the same religion, background, customs, food. So if you're going to open a location in the neighboring countries, they have a easier time to go to your country. So it's very interesting. So you always got to think, so I want to become the ambassador of my country. I want to make sure that people know how beautiful, how nice my country is. So I want to invite the whole world to see the beauties of my country. So you got to think about those 2 industries, education and tourism. So what are the requirements for you? What are the requirements for you to actually get a TEFL or TESOL certification? Remember, that means the same thing. TESOL or TEFL, it means the same thing. On our certificate, you will say both, just for you to know. So I'm not going to get a lot into details about what they meant, but basically they mean the same thing, and in our certificate it says both. So what are the requirements for people to do our program? They have to be 18 years old, and they have to speak English. So, okay, but in my country, a lot of people, they claim to speak English, but they don't speak English. So then we have a test in place. So we test all the people that want to take a TEFL course with iTTi. So they have to pass a level. They have to have a B2 or C1 level. So you, the licensed partner, you're going to apply this placement test to them. So we find out their level. There's no cost. There's no extra cost. If they want to receive the certificate for the English proficiency test that they have taken with you, we will provide them a certificate. Of course, there's a cost. It is not together with the TESOL, but some people, they like to have a certificate. They want to put a certificate to prove their English proficiency, so we can provide that too. It is almost a business within a business. So the first business is the TESOL and the TEFL business, and then the second business is the English proficiency testing. So people of all walks of life, they can come in to your center and they can take a test to see their level of English. Obviously, they cannot be a native. You know, it's just for people who are not a native. So then they can take that. So people can come to you. You can have, let's say, if you're already school, if you have English courses, you can offer your English students the possibility to be awarded with a certificate worthily recognized in the US and the UK. So that is just another service that you can provide for those who wish to test and make sure about their English level. And for those, of course, that wanted to go into the TESOL course. And also, so on this particular slide, that is the requirement and the students, I have a list of all the potential people that can take the TESOL. Remember I said education and tourism? So you have people that never taught English before and wanted to do the TESOL. You have teachers that taught math, biology, but in English. And now they want to teach that in a bilingual school. So you have people that want to become English teachers. You have people who are unemployed, looking for jobs. And they speak English and they see this as a commodity and they believe that that's the best way for them to go about. You have high school people that just graduated and they want just to leave abroad for some time to learn a language. They already speak English, so that's an opportunity for them to do that. You have people that want just to work while they're on vacation. So I'm taking a vacation at a different country and when I want to do that. So you have volunteers, people that wanted to go and contribute, so they don't know how. So then by doing this, that is a way for you to do it. So you have people who work already in the educational field, academic teachers, people that want to embellish their resume, they want to get better salaries, or people that just want us to travel the world. So, you know, there are several types of career professions that can take our certificate. Again, the first for English teacher and people who wanted to become English teachers. But it could be from translator to math teachers, for people who just graduated from high school and wanted to teach abroad and travel the world. There is no limit. So you will be fully trained with iTTi during the 120 hours. So no matter your background. So of course, the more experience you have, the better for your resume, but it is not mandatory for you to have that. So you can have different, a mixed crowd that can come for the program. So then, going back to this, so then you have all the certificates so that you can actually have it. So when we test your English, so we have all the levels from A1 to C2 to check your English level. So what are the courses that we offer? What are the courses that we offer? So here on this slide, so we have the 4 weeks course. The 4 weeks course. That is the 120 hours that everybody likes to do. This course, we call this the intensive course. This is the best course for international people. Why? Because they come, they are in a hurry, they want to get certified, they want to move to a different country, or they want to start working right away. So that's the best course for international people. That's an idea. So you can actually have the 120 hours in 4 weeks, or you can take the 120 hours and you can break it into parts. And you take the 120 hours and you divide it a X amount of hours per week, per month, and then you can run this course in the extensive way. So you do up to 3 months or 4 months, and that's what I talked to you about it. So this is excellent for local people. So local people, they don't have a lot of time because they work, so they don't have 4 weeks for an intensive program. So then you offer 120 hours and you break this up to 4 months. Again, doesn't have to be in 4 months, but you have the freedom to change that. Maybe you do it over the weekend, maybe you do it at night. It doesn't matter. As long as you cover the curriculum and as long as you do it 120 hours. Okay? So, and then this is the 120-hour TEFL TESOL course. This is the program number 1. And then this program could be the intensive or the extensive. All right, now let's go to program number 2. That is the combined course. So how does the combined course work? So the combined course is 75% online and 25% in class. Under our license, it doesn't matter which license you choose, you can offer all the programs I'm telling you here. All. You'll be able to offer all the programs. So the combined course is the blended learning. So people go online, they do the course, 75% of the course online. Then 25%, they will come to a center to choose the 7 days of training. So let's say I am in a city, I register somebody for the combined. They do the online part with me. You have the option to do the online part, or you can say, iTTi, I don't want to do the online. Can you do the online part? So you have this option. Okay, that's just an idea. So you have this idea. Either we do the online part or you do the online part. That is great because if you it should be very simple. The online part could be from the conventional way, PDF, or you can choose a LMS, a learning management system, a platform that works best for you, for your programmer, for your teacher. You can take the content that we provided and you can put that on the online platform. You choose the best online method that works for you. So let's say you register a person to take the combined course with you. And then they do the online training, they finish the online training, and they are going to come for the 7 days. Let's say that they say, look, I love the program, but I don't want to take this course with you here in this city. iTTi is located in so many countries. Can I go to a different country? Yes, that's possible. So we add the study abroad feature. This is excellent. It is going to be more expensive for the student, but it's possible. So you can register a student to take the combined course. The student takes the course with you, but he only goes to study at a different location. So your goal as a licensed partner, you want the student to start and finish with you, the online and the 7-day training. But if the student really wants to go to New York, Paris, Sao Paulo, Dubai, whatever, you can register, you can send the student to that particular center. That is an option. And this is actually very good because it becomes a study abroad feature. So you can advertise like this. Start the program with us here and finish in London. Start the program with us and finish in Cartagena. So you can make really, really nice marketing strategies to attract people to come to you to do the online or the in-class and finish in another location. So again, the cost is more expensive, but the student can do that if they want it. Then we have a 120-hour TEFL online course. That is 100% purely online course. Okay? So the way that this can be done, you as a licensed partner, you have the right to do this here. The only restriction is that you cannot sell cheaper than we here at the headquarters sell. You can sell at any price you wish, more expensive than what we do. So we have the online. We have the online with tutor and without tutor. So we have that type of online. And that is a great program. It's very affordable. But come on. Let me tell you, is online good? It is good. I've done online studies, but it's not everything. You cannot become a driver if you don't drive a car. So the best thing is to do it. The best option is in-class programming. Okay, too expensive, too much time, I don't have much money and time. Second option, combined course. No, I can't do it, it's too expensive, I don't have the time. Then is the online. So better than nothing. Start with the online, see if you like it, see if you like the content, see if you like this change in your career, if that makes sense to you, if you really like it, then you can eventually invest it for in-class training. So the online is a way for you to get started. Okay? And then of course we also have other programs that is more inclined and geared to existing teachers already. Let's say you're already a teacher and you want a program, we have that type of program as well. So here I'm talking about the specializations. So the specializations, so remember I talked to you about customizations. So here we have several specializations. We have TOEFL, Young Learners, Business, IELTS. This is specialization normally. It is in class between 1 or 2 days, or you can offer the specialization online. So normally the student should invest about 50 hours online to do that. But you know, if your center, your city, your country has a demand for a particular course, we can create a specialization together with you to serve your market. Like we had it in Turkey, how to teach English to refugees. We have how to become an online English teacher in the Philippines. So we have different topics, different courses that can be created for your center. That's just an idea as well. Okay? And so those are the specializations that we offer. A very important thing about specializations, before I forget, you should always offer this course. So let's say the TESOL course, sometimes to start is harder because it's more money and it's extensive. The specializations are shorter and more affordable. So you should always run specializations. And the reason why, so we had like the other day we had digital marketing, leadership, entrepreneurship, classroom management, different topics that can be offered. So you can also, when you do that, you attract different crowds, which is great for your company and for your center. So all these courses comes with a certificate that is internationally recognized worldwide. So this is one thing that you know, so it is very good. So, but the point I was trying to make, why you should always run this program. Like I said, they are more affordable. It's easy to organize, 1 or 2 days. It comes with a certificate. And let's say, I don't know anything about you, about your center, about your location, about iTTi. I just don't know anything about all of that. So the option is, let me take, what do students think? Let me start with the specialization that is cheaper, maybe $100 or $50, $120. Again, you decide the price. And then you say, okay, I'm going to take this course, the specialization, that is slightly cheaper, more affordable, and easier. So I learn about iTTi, about going abroad, about the EFL industry, about the teacher, about the center, about the location, the customer service. If I like it, then I'm going to register for another course. This is a way for you to start the business. So it's a way for you to attract future TEFL students to come to your center. So that's why I told you, you should run these courses at all times. Because let's say today's Sunday, I have 5 people taking this course. And then you tell them, look, at the end of this course, next week I'm going to have a TEFL course. Starting next week, 4 weeks or 6 weeks. If you register today, I'm going to give a discount. If you register today, I'm going to give you the specialization for free. Obviously, you put the price of the specialization in the tuition. You know what I mean? But you know, you can create some promotions with specializations for the TEFL courses. So I hope that makes sense. And this brings me to this slide where I talk about the bundle certification. So remember I talk about the proficiency test. Let's say that you are in a country where English is not spoken, and a lot of people learn English as a second language. Remember, TESOL, you're going to make good money with local people in volume, people that want to get better jobs, that want to travel abroad, immigrate to a different country, that want to embellish their resume. So it's volume, affordable price. And you're going to make money with people coming to your country, the neighboring countries and people from overseas, different countries, that wanted to go there, get TEFL certification. Important thing, we don't guarantee jobs to people. We do job placement assistance. If you can help international people or local people with job placement, your location becomes better. So don't you think it will just look favorable towards your advertisement if you say, come to me, get certified, and I help you with a job, or or guarantee jobs, or work, guarantee. I mean, sometimes in some countries, like in Asia, it's almost guaranteed jobs. If you have a TOEFL certification and if you meet all the requirements, it's almost certain that you can find a job. So if you have that type of partnership or connection with people, schools, or people that are looking to hire English teachers, so your location becomes more attractive. But we don't guarantee, and then, it's only if you can or wanted to do this in the future. That is something you can do it in the future. Another thing, I'm changing a little bit. Another thing is, it's the Ministry of Education. In some countries, some people, they need to have our certificate recognized by the Minister of Education. It is not necessary if the person, as long as the person is not going to apply for a public service, to work in the public sector. If they're going to work in the public sector, they might or might not be required to have our certificate endorsed or validated by the Minister of Education. That could be the case. I don't know. Depends on the country. But if that is the case or not the case, if you can get closer to the Minister of Education and have them validate the certificate that we provided, that is perfect. Is it mandatory? No. Is it difficult? Yes. Does it take time? It does. But that is just an idea for you that in the future you can get closer to the government, to the Minister of Education, so they can receive our certificate in your country and say, stamp or validate. This is going to add value to our certificate with you in your country. This is just an idea. It is not necessary, it is not mandatory, and you should not worry about that. I'm just saying that it's just another idea. Okay, but going back to this slide, so remember I talked about the English proficiency test? So you can come up with a very good deal. You can say, come to iTTi, get 3 certificates with one institute. You can get the proficiency test, if people in your country do not speak English as their first language. You can get a specialization, TOEFL, Young Learners, Business, IELTS, whatever specialization, and then you can get the big program. All of that for one price. Or if you don't need to do the proficiency test, you can do 2 specializations. You can be creative and you can offer that type of package to attract more people to your program. A very interesting thing is like, can people really become English teachers with 4 weeks of training? Yes, they can, because remember the first requirement, it is that you already speak English. We are transforming your commodity, which is your English proficiency, into a knowledge, into expertise. So we are going to be exposed intensively through training with real students. And a very important thing about our program, which I'm going to talk about it, different from many programs, we do not teach classmates. We teach real ESL students. Very important, keep that in mind. So some partners, they actually wanted, or some students, they really like the program, they really like the TESOL, and they say, look, I love the program, I want to continue. This is what I was looking for, this is what I like it, this is what I see my heart in it, I want just to continue. So our program is just the tip. So you can have a long career. You can start with us, and then you can go for a master degree in TESOL. We have some universities around the world that accept our certificate and give our certificate accreditation, validation for them to transfer the credit from our certificate to the master degree. This is just an option for those of your potential students that want to go for a master degree. That's just an idea. Another important thing, going back to the accreditation. So because we are very important, we are a US, UK, and French company, all our certificate can be apostille. What does that apostille mean? So first, because we are a real company and we are an authentic TEFL organization, we can have your certificate apostille. Let's say if I wanted to go into the university in a particular field, if I wanted to work in a country that they wanted my certificate to be recognized. So yes, sometimes with the stamp that the certificate comes, it is good enough. Sometimes they need a little bit more. So some countries or some employers, they want the certificate to be apostille because we are for real and our certificate is great. We can get your certificate apostille. There is an extra cost for the student, but that is possible, either in the UK, in the US, or in France. So, long presentation, right? I'm almost at the end, but I wanted to make sure that I explained all of that in details, and I hope I didn't forget anything, otherwise I have to come up with another video and cover any topic I may have left out. And I'm trying to cover everything here. And then if I did not cover, if I have any questions, I'm sure you're going to have some questions, just send me a WhatsApp message or call me, or we'll schedule a call and I will then explain to you. My goal with this video is not to become less personal. It's just to really speed up our process, because sometimes we are in different time zones and I'm traveling very often. So I want to make sure that after you review all the materials and you went through the video, that now when you talk to me, we are more objective with questions that makes more sense to you, for you to go to the next level. So again, the TEFL, the TESOL course, anywhere in the world, costs between $1,000 to $2,000. So remember I told you that one of the benefits is that you can charge what makes most sense to your clientele. In fact, you could have a price for international students, and you can have a price for the local students. You can have a price for the extensive program or the intensive program. It is up to you how much you're going to charge. So, but around the world, it varies between $1,000 to $2,000. To some countries, this could be a lot because of the dollar. Does that mean you cannot sell for $500, $700? Yes, you could. I can tell you that it's very inexpensive. And believe me, if you go around, if you see a car that is being sold so under the market, you become skeptical and you say, is it for real? Does this company, is this the real company? So, as I said, you could. If you want it, you can. But be careful not to go too low, because this is what all iTTIs and what the competitors are charging out there. You will choose the price that makes most sense to you. So remember, when people come to you, remember what I talk about education and tourism, especially the international people or out of city students, they want to make sure that you help them with housing. They want to have a good time. How can you portray that? Through pictures, through video testimonial, to write-up, to blog articles. People, they want to learn a language. They want to travel. They want to have a good time. They want to have fun. People want to get a certification. They want to be professionals in what they do, but they want to enjoy life at the end of the day. And a very interesting thing about something that not a lot of TEFL organizations offers around the world, and I am proud and happy to say that. We have a social responsibility initiative. So basically, remember I told you that for you to get our certificate, you need to teach real students? Yes, so you need to teach real students. And the way we do this is, in our certificate, it says that you have been extensively exposed to real classroom practical. So for you to get iTTi certificate, you need to teach real students. So you can teach people, less privileged people in orphanage or villages. So the center can actually organize that type of course. So what are you actually doing is, you're actually giving back to the community something. You are helping. So the whole idea, the way iTTi was founded was, we help you change your career We help you boost your career. We help you who are unemployed to get a job. We help you get ahead. And then the same help that you're getting from us, you have to give back to the society by giving free classes, by training and offering free classes. And we've been doing this throughout the world, and it has been a beautiful experience. A lot of our students, they love it. You know, they would not have done that. They would not have been able to do that without iTTi. Has been a reward experience. You know, our students, our partners, our recent graduate students have been able to go abroad. You know, the center has helped them to secure a job, has helped them with resume, and also has helped them to teach, to be a better person. Remember, at the end of the day, we that work in education, we want to make our world a better place to live. And that is the whole idea. So this is our social responsibility initiative here. So, going to what do we actually offer? What do you actually get with this license? So, okay. So everything I said before is actually what iTTi is all about and what we offer and so on and so forth. So I'm going to start. When you become our licensed partner, it doesn't matter if you're going to be a single city, exclusive, multi-city, or exclusive country license. We will create a landing page of your location on our website. Very, very important. We will have your telephone, your information, your profile, because people come to us, they want to make sure that you are a center. So you better be sure that you are on our website. So we will give you all the files and all the marketing materials for you to start the business, okay? We'll give you all the academic material, all the courses I described it here, we'll give you all the files. You have two options. Either you print these files yourself and give it to the students, and it looks beautiful, neatly organized, or you can give the digital option. So now, very important, with the training, so with the license, with the license, you pay the license to us, whatever license. You are going to tell us if you are going to be the teacher, or if you're going to choose a person that you trust, that works with you, that is committed to the program, to the project, and we will train this person. So my academic teacher, either in London or New York, is going to go through video conference and is going to train your teacher to be able to deliver this course to the highest and best quality possible. It is a very intensive program that it is done through the internet, through video conference, to make sure that you or your teacher is ready to deliver this course. So let's say you choose multi-city or you choose country license. So most likely you need 2 or 3 teachers to be trained. So if you wanted to have more teachers, there is an additional cost for that. If you don't, you can still, under the license comes with the benefit. And you know, the best part, we will give you the certificate, you or the trainer. And the certificate, as I said, it has a value between 1,000 to 2,000. If you were to come to London or to New York, that's what you would pay for the certificate only. And the benefit of that is, let's suppose that you say, I don't want to do that business anymore. I changed my life, I got married, I want to do something else. I don't want to do that anymore. Which I hope that is not the case. And luckily we have not lost any of our partners. So let's say you decided to do this. You don't walk out with empty hands. You are getting the certificate. So it is your investment. It's worth it. And you get something back right off the bat. In addition to everything I promised you so far and what we deliver, we will give you a certificate. So your money and your time is not in vain. So everything I'm going to talk to you about takes about 2 months. So, and that is when possibly the payment for the license can take place, you know, in this period. And, you know, and that is when we make sure that you have everything. So this is about the training. So we give you all the administrative material, learning agreement, registration form, and everything else. Let me tell you something too that I just remember right now when I read that about commission, because it talks about that on the contract. And I don't talk about this presentation. Let's say, remember that I talk about the combined course? Or let's say, look, Tasto, I found somebody that wants to come to New York. He does not want to do anything in my city. He wants to go to New York only. As we are a global family and you are part of iTTi Global Network, if you register somebody to any of our center, you can keep the deposit of the course as your commission. The same works and is applicable to any center. So basically, everybody registers for everybody. If you register for Miami, Miami registers for California, California for Buenos Aires, Buenos Aires for Cambodia. Everybody gets a commission. If Cambodia registers for Buenos Aires, Cambodia gets a commission. If Lagos registers for South Africa, Lagos gets the commission. So that's the idea. So some partners, they promote all the courses because it's also good and it's a lot of prestigious to have all other locations on their site. Okay? So another important thing that comes with the license is the certificate of association. The moment you pay for the license, in the period I mentioned, we will give you the certificate as an association so you can display it on social media and you can display it somewhere in your location so people can really make sure that you are an authorized center from iTTi. So most important thing is you could be a teacher, you are an administrative, but either you hire somebody or you learn yourself digital marketing. You got to learn digital marketing. Majority of your students and your future clients are going to come through the social media. So we will have an intensive marketing training. I conduct this training, so sometimes most of the time this training is online, but sometimes when I travel to the country to visit the partner, I do the training there. But I cannot do this training if you don't have a Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, a blog, and a website. I need the tools ready, available, ready to go so we can get on the training, on the marketing training. Very important. So what else comes with the license? All of this comes with the license. We'll give you Global Employment Handbook. We'll give you a guide to teaching abroad. All this material becomes available for you to give to your prospective students so you can generate leads, or to your graduate student. And it's very rich with a lot of important information as to how to find a job overseas. So an interesting thing here too, we host conference. So I just came from Baku, from Lagos, from Brazil. I'm going to Dubai. We do conference. We also do webinars through the internet. But the conference is the most important thing because the conference, some of the new partners, they want to start the conference right away. So they become a partner, so they want to start with the conference because the conference is going to create momentum, is going to create branding for their newly business. Some people, they start running the course, they see it works, and then they wanted to invest in the conference. It doesn't matter, there are great objectives and benefits for the conference, and that is something we can do it with you for your location. So the investment, as you see it, there are different types of options. We have the single city, then we have the exclusive single city, which is the best option. Then we have the multi-city, and you have the country license. So if you are the first person, I'm talking, in your country, and if you can't put together the money for the country, it is best. Do we want the country? Yes. Do we really force you to have? No. You know why? Because obviously as a business, the more locations we have in the country, the better for iTTi, the better for the brand, the better for everything. But you know, some people, they buy the country license and they say, okay, this month I'm going to do in this city, next month I'm going to do in a different city. You could rotate. So this month I have the workshop, the weekend workshop. The next month I have a specialization. So you can do in different cities throughout the country. That's an option. The best license is the exclusive single city. And the reason why I say that is, If you start working with me in your city today, start advertising, start doing things, we start doing things, other people in your city or even your competitor will hear, they will contact us and they will want to put the business there. So this is not directly very good to you because you just started and you wanted to start with all alone, you know. But if that happens, you know, that is also possible to continue. But you know, right now, very often you have the chance to be the exclusive partner for a city, or you have the chance to be the exclusive partner for the whole country. So then you have to choose what is best for you. So talking about the investment, license fee per year, certificate fee per student, moderation and accreditation fee, it is per group. So let me explain those fees. There's no royalty fee, there's no marketing fee. Remember I talked to you about that? The license fee is for me to pay my time, to train you, to support you, to pay my staff, to pay our staff, to give you the marketing, the academic, the training, the certificate, the ride, the copyright, the roadmap for you to succeed. This is a very affordable business plan. You should and you must be able to get this money back with the first month. I'm going to talk about that. Sometimes with one student or half students or one student and a half, either one, you should get this money back. So going back to the license. So we make money with the license. No, we don't. The license is to pay the person who is going to train you, to pay my lawyer, to pay my designer, to pay my programmer. So the list goes on. And you know, we give you the certificate, so sometimes it is better and more affordable for you to become my partner than to go for training. If you come to New York for training, it's going to cost more if you become a partner. But we do that because we are looking into a long-term commitment with you. We are not looking for short-term commitment. We are hoping and we are aiming at making money with you with the certificates. That is where we make money, with the certificate. There is a fee for the certificate. The combined course and the residential course has one fee. The certificate of English and specialization has a much more reduced fee because of course the course is cheaper. So we make money with you with the certificate. Okay? Accreditation and moderation fee, it is per group. So if you say, okay, Tasso, I have a group of 5, you pay accreditation fee. I have a group of 20. You pay one accreditation fee for the whole group. So, let me give you an example here. Let me just put in figures. Let me explain this slide here to you so it makes sense. Let's just suppose that you're going to charge the TESOL course $1,000. $1,000. Remember I said it's between $1,000 to $500. If you charge $1,000, and let's say you have five students, that makes 5,000. And one of the students, you charge 500. You remember you could have different price for local, international, it's up to you. So you collected 5,500. You will pay us certificate fee and accreditation fee. This together makes $700. So from the 5,500, you keep it 4,800. Isn't that a good business module? You pay us only 700 and you kept 4,800. With this amount for the first course with 5 students, you pay the license fee, you have money to pay your teacher, and if you need it, you have already money to pay for your location, if you need it. And so with the first course, your return on investment should go back to you. It's a very good business module. This is the module that we have implemented in the past few years, and it has been working for every single partner. I think I sent you a testimonial of one of my partners. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time to really understand everything. So again, we are in several countries. We want to make sure that we can work together, and we want it to be in your country. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a WhatsApp message or an email. And if you wanted to move further, let's just schedule a call so we can go to the next step. Thank you very, very much.